This is the most entertaining NFL announcing booth of all time. The outlandish Howard Cosell and down-home Dandy Don Meredith were a big part of that. Check out the terrific commentary and banter between Cosell and Meredith, along with hilarious Dandy Don comments throughout this exciting 1981 Monday Night Football game.
And James Jones, who has had a pulled groin in preseason, has just returned one kickoff this season, is back deep. Last year was the prime return man for the Cowboys, who have not been noted over the years as a great special unit team on kick returns. Kubash. Not a good kick. Flag is down as Jones bobbles the ball at the 12-yard line, hustles to it. And it was not a flag, it was just a yellow piece of cloth that had blown onto the field on a beautiful night for football in Foxborough. Temperature 59 degrees. Howard told you, sellout crowd, has been that way for some time. And there's no question the Cowboys are the NFL draw.
All right, quickly we'll get a chance to see what Ermal Allen talked about with Don Meredith. The point to that interview to set a kind of storyline for you, and it was done very effectively. Let's see how quickly Danny White goes at the one-on-one coverage.
And we'll tell you, too, about the offensive line changes for the Cowboys. If you're very familiar with this club, it is different. Ron Springs piled up, line of scrimmage. Maybe even lost a yard. It'll be second down at 11, and the offensive changes are with an injury to the regular starting center, Robert Shaw. We will have Tom Rafferty at center. Kurt Peterson, a second-year man out of Missouri that Cowboys are really high on, will be at right guard. He wears number 65. And Jim Cooper, who filled in at center a week ago, has moved back to right tackle. Jim Cooper, very fine offensive blocking tackle, back where he belongs. Tony Hill, Butch Johnson, Drew Pearson, the three wide receivers in for the Cowboys. Play is stopped. Patriots have thus far in 2 games become the weakest team in the NFL against the run, and you better believe that Tom took note of it as he prepared for this game. We will see a lot of Tony Dorsett and a young man who's really coming on, Ron Springs. There he is, Tony Dorsett. Right side, short of the first down, out near the 25-yard line.
It's a good look at a big hole. You got Ron Springs is leading the way up in there. I don't know whether you noticed that stat on Dorsett a while ago, but 7.1 is an average per carry. That's almost an amazing
thing. It is huge.
Yeah.
And they're going against the 34 defense.
Third down and 2. Billy Joe Dupree, the tight end, split to the right and out of the shotgun. Danny White, a lot of confidence, throws it out into the flat to Ron Springs. He is taken out there, and it will not be a Cowboy first down. Good defensive play. Don Blackman out there. Getting help from Ray Claiborne.
You can see them, Frank. They're all hopped up. They're looking like a George Allen team just before an Allen defeat. I'll never forget the way the Redskins came out against Miami for the Super Bowl. They jumped all over one another. And Burt Reynolds was with me, and he said, they're going to kill Miami. They never laid a glove on them.
I see.
Roland James, you had a quick look. For the Patriots at his own 30, Danny White, who doubles in brass for the Cowboys, says he doesn't mind. Tom would like to have him out of there. But Danny kind of likes to punt, and he gets a high, towering, booming kick that will freeze Roland James with the fair catch at the New England Patriots 32-yard line, where out will come the offensive units of a very charged New England Patriot unit, led by Matt Cavanaugh. We've already talked to you about Matt Cavanaugh. He came in last week against the Eagles. He didn't have any better luck than Steve Grogan did in the first half. Cavanaugh had 2 interceptions. Grogan had 3. But 2 of Grogan's interceptions occurred just as he was being hit by Eagle defenders. First down and 10. The Patriots just out of their own 31-yard line. Here's Cavanaugh in his 4th year, of course, out of Pittsburgh. Jackson is split left. Stanley Morgan in the lineup. Cavanaugh, his first shot, goes out to Harold Jackson. Harold Jackson's 2nd reception of the season. That's hard to believe, but they have not hit their wide receivers as this New England team in the first 2 games.
But as we pointed out in our opening tonight, Frank, it's Cavanaugh who likes to use those wide receivers, and tonight they've got number 86 back, Stanley Morgan, one of the very best in the business. Look at those people. Now, Michael Downs is very young, out of Rice, a rookie, and the hopes for him are very high in the Dallas team.
Second inches. Jackson the motion. Calhoun, easy first down. He's driven back. Michael Downs coming up from the safety position.
Ron Earhart, beleaguered.
From the New England 43 on 1st and 10. Kavanaugh fires a good shot under heavy pressure. It goes out to Stanley Morgan working against Steve Wilson. Stanley Morgan, Howard spoke to you a moment ago. He's been out for the last preseason game, the first two season games. First down and 10. The ball near the 40-yard line of the Cowboys. Jackson, top of your screen. Tony Collins. The rookie second-round draft pick out of East Carolina, taken there by Charlie Waters from the secondary of the Cowboys. Maybe a yard pickup. It'll be second down and 9.
One thing I'd never do against Dallas with their flex defense geared for the run. Don't run on them in first or second down. Pass on them. It's the only way you got a shot against this team.
Not a bad record. Tom Landry, the third winningest coach in the history of this game.
Not only that, he's got a new hat.
14 times in the playoffs out of the last 15 years. Remarkable record. Second and 9. Collins, right side.
Good coverage that time. Charlie Waters coming up. Good pursuit down the line with Too Tall, I guess it was, coming in from the inside. Pretty good defensive coverage.
Gain of maybe a yard.
But that's proof of why you don't run against this team on first and second down. They're geared for the run. They have every angle using the flex defense, a yard or two off the line of scrimmage, 2 of the 4, and you just don't do it. And that was a mistake right there, the last 2 plays.
Third down and 9. Tough situation. Cowboys, 6 defensive backs in.
Frank, they've got the 5 down linemen. And
Kavanaugh out of the shotgun, going deep. It'll be picked off by Everson Walls.
There's one of your rookies.
From Grambling. And Walls returns it out close to the 25-yard line. And
Everson Walls was a walk-on at Grambling State University, led the nation with 11 interceptions in his senior season, but was undrafted because he was deemed to be too slow, as he only ran a 4.7 in the 40 during tryouts. He had 3 interceptions in the last 3 preseason games, and this was the second so far in the regular season, with this game being the third. He didn't start until the 5th game, however. By year's end, he led the NFL with 11 interceptions and made the Pro Bowl. In the 9-game strike-shortened 1982 season, he again led the NFL, this time with 7 interceptions. And in 1985, he did it again when he led with 9. Hall of Famer Ed Reed is the only other defender to lead the NFL 3 times. Walls made 4 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pro teams, and his 57 interceptions is 13th best all time, but he's not a Hall of Famer. Let me know in the comments if you think he belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Jay Saldi in the lineup. First down and 10 for the Cowboys. Hugh Pearson up at the top of your screen. Inside handoff. Ron Springs, gaping opening. And Springs out of the 35, or close to that as they mark it now. Inside the 35, very close to a Cowboy first down. Ray Claiborne tripped him up.
That kid has the capacity to be a great player, Don. A track star at Ohio State, overlooked in the draft, but not by Gil Brandt. There's Steve Grogan in a Terry Bradshaw posture, but not with Bradshaw's record.
First down and 10. Springs and Dorsett, the 2 setbacks, back into the I formation. Inside handoff, Springs once again, another opening behind Herbert Scott and Tom Rafferty. Gain of 3.
you know, I hear these guys that say, oh, he runs a 4.5 40, or he runs it. That's hard to relate to. You know, I don't know what does that really mean. I asked Al Lavin, who's the coach of the running back, I said, Al, how far does Tony Dorsett outrun Springs on a 40? He says, not even a yard.
Springs
has got that same kind of speed. I mean, you're talking about a guy that's also fast.
1 second down. Danny White, play action. Finds the open man. Ron Springs did not hold on. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Dallas Cowboys.
I don't know. I don't believe in that 40-yard speed test. Giffer was never the fastest man on the field, but I never saw anybody do more things, really. They're proclaimed 5 years late by Sports Illustrated as the greatest lineman in the game. Everybody knew it for 5 years. John Hanna.
I thought you were talking about Gifford. Wait a minute, I was about to tell the Gifford story.
I thought I missed something.
No, the Gifford was, he could do it all, and he didn't have the speed.
Oh, okay.
On 3rd and 6 out of the shotgun. Danny White, right on target. Tony, not only the leading rusher in the NFL coming into tonight after 2 games, the leading receiver for the Cowboys. S.J. Saldi, Mr. Everything, number 87. Dorsett.
Look at that move.
Bouncing off a Patriot. When you tackle Dorsett, you better really stick him and use the arms or he'll be gone. Dallas, they show you so many formations. Springs. Another Dallas first down. 3rd and 11. Danny White going deep into the end zone. And taken there with a beautiful leaping catch by Butch Johnson. In a battle for the starting honors with Tony Hill, and Butch has been great now for 2 weeks in a row.
And that's what you call non-aggression in a defensive back. He had the play covered totally, and he stood there and he let Butch steal it from him. Watch again. Total non-aggression.
Well, he's one of the best to ever play this game at the cornerback. Mike Haynes.
Mike Haynes thought he had himself an interception. He was sitting there waiting for it. Let's look again. Look at Mike Haynes, number 40. He's back in the end zone. Butch makes an adjustment right at the end of this pattern. That really is a spectacular adjustment. Watch him come in front of Haynes, and that's an interception for a touchdown. Good move, Butch.
Well, I don't care how great Haynes is. He blew that.
Raphael Septien for the conversion. The Cowboys had a first down and 26. New England had moved the ball well on their first drive before the interception by Everson Walls of a Matt Cavanaugh pass. Matt Cavanaugh, again, the quarterback, having replaced Steve Grogan in the starting role tonight. Here's Calhoun. Calhoun with a fine attempt out over the 25-yard line. He has a great opportunity. 2nd and 5. Cavanaugh. Intended for our Harold Jackson. Steve Wilson defensively, the ball with no zip.
Wilson came in there and made a pretty good move that time from his cornerback position. Played him pretty well. He had a step. Ball could have been thrown up a little bit more.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Frank said no zip, which is true, but he didn't have touch either.
And Anthony Dickerson is an extremely gifted athlete.
Cavanaugh going deep. Hasselbeck wide open.
Turned him around.
Down at the 35-yard line. Has that great speed. He has height at 6'7", and he can get deep on you surprisingly quickly. First down, 10. Calhoun, left side, inside the 30. Nice pickup. 6 or 7 yards.
2 series in a row. They've run against the flex on first down and made it work. Each time Calhoun. I'll give him credit for that.
First down, goal to go. Mosi Tatupu. Down around the 5-yard line.
That kid's a player from your school, Frank, USC. Mosi Tatupu. All week long, because of the injury to Wilbert Montgomery, I learned today that the Eagles have been calling Bucko Kilroy, trying to get Mosi Tatupu, and the Pats won't let him go. Montgomery may be out 4 weeks.
We might also mention that Sam Cunningham has been working out with the ball club. He has not been activated. He, of course, missed all of last year. Big bruising fullback for New England. It's 2nd down and goal to go. Calhoun. Touchdown.
Good move by Calhoun.
John Smith for the conversion. Matt Cavanaugh, the holder. And we've got a tied football game. Don with popcorn?
I can't. No, that's surely not popcorn.
Popcorn is shaking.
That's it. Don's cutest of the group. There's no question about that.
Dallas has the football right at midfield. 3rd down and 6. And Danny White quickly into the shotgun. Wide open, Tony Hill. Septien also has been playing throughout the pre and the first 2 games with a pulled groin. Waters will hold. Rafferty's the center. 27-yard attempt. Septian has set a new Cowboy mark of 8 consecutive field goals, and the Cowboys move back out in front. They lead 10-7 at special time. A battle of the top 2 teams in college football. That's USC and Oklahoma, with the great Marcus Allen at USC against Buster Rhymes and Stanley Wilson of Oklahoma. Check the local history for the game in your area on 1st and 10. Kavanaugh fires out there to Harold Jackson.
You saw a good catch that time by Harold Jackson. Harold got 12 stitches in his chin. He showed me before the game from last week's game. I said, Harold, so how long are you going to play this stuff? They can't run you off. He said, as soon as my stitches heal, you won't know anything. I'm as good as new. Looks pretty good right now, doesn't it?
On 1st and 10, Jackson in motion. Play action by Kavanaugh. Hasselbeck is open again. And a beautiful shot. Hasselbeck thoroughly beat Charlie Waters.
Here's a shot from the other side of the field. You'll see how wide open Hasselbeck is. Here's Charlie trying to catch up with him. Got that outstretched arm, just barely missed.
Tupu, the single setback. Kavanaugh, Harvey Martin is there.
Good move by
Kavanaugh gets the ball off to Johnson.
Goodbye.
Down, and a great move by Kavanaugh. Harvey Martin was breathing all over him.
They may have called him down back there, Frank.
They may have said he was in the grasp of Harvey Martin. They give you a quick whistle now. Rule was put in to make sure that the quarterbacks would have maximum protection. When you're in the grasp of the tackler, you're the same as down.
Well, this is going to test the character of New England. That's a very tough setback to take.
3rd down and 15. Jackson split up to the top of your screen. Out to the right is Stanley Morgan. Quick count. It's a reverse. Jackson's going to throw the ball. And that ball almost picked off by Dennis Thurman. It'll be 4th down.
Here's the play before, reverse angle. Let's take a look at it again. We can look for Harvey Martin to come in. Let's see what he does. There's big Harvey. He's in the grasp. Oh, boy, that's...
Well, I must say, on the other replay, you saw the referee, Jerry Markbright. He was waving his hands. It was all over before Kavanaugh threw it.
That's true. This fellow is not kicking well, Frank.
He's
Suddenly.
3. He's been hurting.
There you go.
John Smith, who led the league in scoring for the last 2 seasons, has missed once again. 75-yard touchdown run.
As you look at the end zone replay again, reveals run to be the most intense and worried man. And I said they had the look of a loser on that last series, and this proved it. If ever a team has to show character after that.
Blocks downfield. Great by their flankers, their outside receivers.
Started off with a great block by Herb Scott, Frank.
I'll tell you, we never realized golf was such a tough game.
Hey, it's a lot easier hitting a quarterback than a little white ball. So us Linksters drink light beer from Miller.
Not just because light tastes great, but because it's got a 1/3 less calories than a regular beer.
And it's less filling.
And you can't afford to get filled up when you're out there trying to get birdies.
Yeah, those things move awfully fast.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Less than a half, and Tony Dorsett, who led the NFL after 2 games, now leads the NFL in rushing after 3 games.
8.1 average per carry.
And a week from tonight, Chicago, and the Los Angeles Rams.
Title in town.
1st and 10, New England from their own 20-yard line. Tony Collins, right side. 2nd down and 4. Katupu, big hole. Most really cracked. Michael Downs.
Michael Downs being new back there to begin with. He says, wait a minute, I'm not supposed to meet anybody coming back here this quick. Look at that straight-up blocking on Randy White. That's Hannah. Randy White, as we've talked about many times, can't be too many people much better. Downs says, wait a minute, I'm just a rookie from Rice. What are you doing coming back here hitting me that hard?
1st down and 10. Collins. And Collins pursued and dropped by middle linebacker Bob Brunig. 2nd down and 6. Matt Kavanaugh got the start tonight. There was a lot of question. Ron Earhart told us this morning that he would start. Steve Grogan, physically all right. Neither one very productive in their first 2 losing efforts of the season. Quick shot. Stanley Morgan, he has great speed. They're playing with a knee brace that has kept him out of action, but you saw just a quick flash of a man over the past couple of years has just been sensational. A Pro Bowler the last 2 years.
Reminiscent of an old teammate of mine, Bobby Hayes. Used to throw that ball out to Bobby and say, Bobby, look, we can't think of anything else to do, so I'm just going to throw it out there and do whatever you can. But watch this little move. Little quick fake into the line of scrimmage. Okay, Stanley Morgan, Bobby Hayes. Look at that move. Now, Thurman is a pretty good open field tackler. That's one of the things boy, he can get them in the open field.
New England has the first down at the 45-yard line of Dallas. Kavanaugh up again. Man is open. And taking the ball once again, Stanley Morgan.
Kavanaugh is handling this team beautifully. As we approach the 2-minute warning, he's doing the right thing. He must be patient.
Troubled as has Grogan been with knee problems over the past few years. As a matter of fact, he came in a surprisingly low draft pick because of a knee problem. Missed his rookie season with knee surgery. Hasselbeck in motion. He's the big number 80. Kavanaugh going for Jackson, and Jackson after dueling with Wilson, and a flag is down. They'll bring it up. Defensive pass interference. Second down and goal. The ball's at the 3. Collins.
About 7. That's Dutton there for the side of it, so they did a good job on the offensive right side of the line. That's
Shelby Jordan, number 74, did a well of a job.
So did Shelby, so did Bob Kreider.
John Smith. Danny White, very cool quarterback. He knows exactly where he is, his timeouts, and what is required. Hit his legs. I told you, and I believe New England's going to come up with the football.
That was the thing they didn't want to happen.
Mike Hawkins was there first.
Talking about.
Well, you got to look right there to Rafferty. He's the new center.
Julius Adams and Mike Hawkins were all over the football. Number 80, Hasselbeck, has been a real force in this half. Kavanaugh, deep drop, going for Harold Jackson.
Good defensive play.
Hold on, defensive play made by Steve Wilson. Third down and 8, 20 seconds on the clock. One timeout remaining for New England. They trail 17-14. Pete Brock snaps for New England when they're in the shotgun, as they are right now.
There he is,
wide open. It's Andy Johnson. He bobbles the ball, and he had possession. This will be a touchback.
No, I can't believe it.
What a break. New England with a golden opportunity. Dennis Thurman covered the fumble by Andy Johnson. First and 10, New England. They're at their own 27. Calhoun, right side. And Calhoun met first by big Ed Jones, who has been the defensive MVP in both the Cowboys' early games. Morgan, split left, as is Jackson. Hasselbeck, number 80, bottom of your screen. Second and 8. Wide open is Jackson. Down the sideline, Jackson. Draw play. Tatupu. And Tatupu with a big opening. He'll go in. Oh, there are no flags.
Well, what a move.
38-yard touchdown run. Great acceleration at the line of scrimmage on a little quick draw to Tatupu.
You've got to think when you see a play like that something happened to the middle linebacker. I really don't know. I'm sure we'll see it again in a minute. Caught the Dallas secondary into a double zone. All right, let's see what happens to Bruning. Right in the middle. Pretty good standoff there on the outside. Hannah's doing a good job on White. Bruning gets caught up in the middle, as does Dutton. Charlie Waters comes in, hits, bounces off, and he runs.
Memo to Dick Vermeil and Carl Peterson. Stop calling Bucko Gilroy. You're not getting Mosey Tatupu.
We have a new leader. The New England Patriots is John Smith. Splits the uprights. And the Patriots are on top. Really 21-17.
There's Mosey.
He's had a night.
I don't understand why he's been played so little the last 4 years, Gift.
They've been saving him for this game.
Danny White will punt. A strange question. Roland James. No fair catch indicated. Dallas saying they have the football. There's a scramble. New England says, no, we have it. Roland James would have been better advised to have gone for the fair catch as New England turns it over. Back into Dorsett, now back into A wing set with Dorsett, and now in motion. They show you so many things. Brown springs. Opening on the left side is Spring, showing you the strength and power that takes him to the 15. We're looking at a 21-17 game now. New England in the lead. Third down, goal to go. Danny White, man wide open. And it's Billy Joe Dupree. No one even near him. Dupree blocks down for just a moment. The safety thinks run, takes his eyes off. Dupree slides in behind him. That was perfectly executed. Septian for the conversion. And Dallas says regain the lead with 7:29 remaining in the third quarter. The Cowboys back out in front, 24-21.
That score took the life out of the Patriots. Cowboys kicker Raphael Septien kicked 3 field goals from 25, 26, and 27 yards, and the Cowboys scored a safety when Matt Cavanaugh intentionally grounded the ball while in the end zone.
And he hits from 25. Less than a minute. And New England will be 0-3 on a young season. Out of the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Cavanaugh under pressure and is picked off. Dennis Thurman. Thurman returns it to midfield. That's going to happen when you're trying to play catch-up.
That's one of the first times, too, that Randy White has really put any significant pressure on Cavanaugh. You can see that Hannah's been doing a pretty good job on Randy. That's 2 All-Pros. See, right in the middle, there comes big Randy. Harvey was on the outside. He just threw that one way up, up, and away, my beautiful balloon. And leading right into turn out the lights. The party's over. It was over a couple of plays before that, of course.
6 turnovers by England tonight.